Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Former Goldman Sachs executive Raoul Pal says that it's a no-brainer investing in XRP, and considering the risk-reward situation specifically with XRP, even given the lawsuit, the answer is yes. And so he has placed his bet, and he bought a bunch of XRP about a year ago. And I got to tell you, I agree with most of his assessment. There's just one little thing where I disagree, but I've been a fan of Raoul Pal for actually probably about a year. I started following him a bit more regularly. I think it was December of last year, and always appreciate his perspective. And it's kind of rare to have somebody this popular in the world of crypto who is not a Bitcoin maximalist. So it's really nice. In fact, when he started talking about how he was just looking into and researching XRP a bit over a year ago, the Bitcoin maxis came out of the woodwork, out from under their bridges where they live, next to their dumpster fires, keeping warm, eating their favorite food, which is room temperature cottage cheese. They came out just to bark at him and yell at him. They're talking about, it's all such nonsense, about how it takes a long time to build up a positive reputation and about 5 seconds to destroy it. All because he said he was looking into XRP. So that's the type of toxicity that Bitcoin maxis bring to the table, which is regrettable. But he fought back. He's like, no. You'll not tell me what I'm allowed to research and look into. And I'm paraphrasing, but he did say that phrase, you'll not tell me, which stood out to me. So anyway, I wanted to share with you some of his thoughts, and I got some stuff to say on this as well, but I do want to be clear at the outset, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related stuff, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so this article comes from Finance Feeds, and it's titled Ripple. Ex-Goldman exec says XRP lawsuit is a phenomenal risk-reward. Raoul Pal, former head of European hedge fund sales, equities, and equity derivatives, has said in an interview that the SEC vs. Ripple lawsuit made XRP very attractive as an investment. And so, by the way, let me just pause this state. You'll see as we go through this. He's actually seen the lawsuit as a positive from an investment perspective because the price of XRP, he seems to get it, it's artificially suppressed. So what happens when that goes away? That's the broader point that he's making. The current founder of the global macro investor and exponential age asset management spoke to YouTube's Thinking Crypto about Bitcoin, Ethereum, regulation, metaverse, NFTs, and macro investing, but the risk-reward ratio on XRP was a particular highlight. Now, Raoul Pal said he bought XRP about a year ago when the SEC lawsuit was filed, and precisely because of the lawsuit. Check out this quote. I bought it for the reason that A, it does have use cases and it is being used, and B, the court case is a phenomenal risk reward. So let me see, this is in line with what I've been talking about on my channel for a long time. Yeah, people are not happy with the price action of XRP. It's still in the top 10. It's I don't know if it's moved around a little bit. It's either in position 7 or 8 in terms of market cap. So still in the top 10, but it's the only top 10 cryptocurrency that hasn't hit its all-time high from the previous market cycle. And so some that don't know like what logic and reason is, they look at that and like, oh my gosh, yeah, who would want to touch that? It's just not doing well. But the truth is, because it hasn't run up like the other coins, in terms of the opportunity for multiplier effect, it's the one that's most enticing. If something has underperformed to this point, yet we know the market, the entire asset class moves in tandem, what does that freaking tell you? Think about it, right? Anyway, piece continues. He further detailed what he considered to be the risk reward for XRP at the time. And check this out. 10 to 1. 10 to 1. Check out this quote. It got heavily discounted in the price, and then I looked at it and thought, well, what's it going to do? Fall 100% from here to 0? But if it gets solved, it's 10 times, and I'm like, well, that's a no-brainer. Why would you not take a 10 to 1 risk reward that has a catalyst around it? That's the quote. Well, I'm taking the bet. I mean, I had my XRP before all this nonsense happened. I last purchased XRP in October of last year because a number of reasons. First of all, I realized, and it is my largest crypto holder, I was like, if I don't stop purchasing XRP now, I think I have a serious problem. So I was like, I need to stop. And also, I thought, I don't know when XRP is going to pop, but it would be nice if I could hold it for at least a year, because in the United States where I live, if you hold your crypto for at least a year, there are different tax implications. So you're just gonna have to research for your specific situation what that means. But yes, in the United States, long-term capital gains tax rate, you max out at 20%. So if you've had your crypto for at least a year, then you'll only lose 20%. But if you've held it for less than that, you get taxed at whatever your income bracket is. So imagine you do very well in crypto. Let's say you even have 7 figures. You're going to get taxed at the top income bracket. So what's that going to mean for where you live? It could, of course, vary because there's state taxes as well. But what does that mean? 40, maybe over 50% of your crypto earnings just goes to the government? That's why see, that's another reason why I'm just such a long-term guy. I'm like, I just want to hold. I don't want to worry about trading. That's too stressful anyway. I don't think that I can time markets. I don't think pretty much anybody can. Data bears that out. And then for United States citizens, there are tax implications. Like, there's so many reasons why it just makes sense to not try and time the market and get in and out of positions. It makes sense to just buy and hold for a prolonged period of time, which is what I'm going for here. But anyway, piece continues. If Raoul Pal did buy XRP at the time of the lawsuit filing, each XRP might have cost between 20 and 50 cents, which was the price range between December 22nd, 2020 and early April 2021. Since the lawsuit is not over, and assuming nothing changed in terms of risk-reward besides the price, the risk-reward ratio at current prices, XRP at 90 cents, may still be a buying opportunity for investors following Raoul Pal's calculations, as his target may be around $2 and $5 for each unit. Yeah, so here's the thing, and so they're doing their best to glean what they can from what Raoul Pal said there, but he was saying similar stuff when XRP was over $1. So I would say, based on what Raoul Pal's publicly shared in the past, I think he's expecting XRP to top out at over $10, actually. So don't be surprised if that ends up being the case. And then they shared a little bit about the case. I want to say something about this too. The lawsuit has frustrated many investors along the way. Settlement is showing no signs of happening soon, but magistrates Sarah Netburn and Annalisa Torres have been praised by many, including Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Let me just pause right here. You know what I think the SEC is waiting for? I know they're waiting for this. It's for the judge to rule on Ripple's fair notice defense. Will it stand or will it not? If Ripple is allowed to go through this case and their fair notice defense stands, I think that's immediately going to bring the SEC back to the table, willing to talk about settlement, because of the risks that I've associated with, fully adjudicating the case for the SEC. My gosh, if that goes poorly for them, they're going to lose so much power after precedent is set. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical that they'd follow through with that. So if the fair notice defense stands, I think you could see a settlement sooner than later. And so when's the judge going to rule on this? Well, we don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was Jeremy Hogan publicly speak about this. And he seems to think, if my memory's not faulty here, he seems to think January is when the judge is most likely to rule on that. So you can think, okay, so if that happens, then give it a little bit of time so that Ripple can coordinate with the SEC, and bam, maybe there's a settlement even next month in January. I'm not going to be so bold as to predict it, but it's certainly within the realm of possibility here. Anyway, as for the court case, Judge Netburn has most recently allowed both parties to rebrief regarding the deliberative process privilege in the context of the SEC's refusal to hand over documents about the agency's opinions on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, and more that could be critical for Ripple's fair notice defense. A few days ago, XRP holders attorney John Deaton made a somewhat controversial statement about the state of the crypto space post-lawsuit if Ripple does win, including that only Bitcoin and XRP would be safe. Yeah, and I'd add on top of that probably the Ken token too, because there's legal clarity around that as of October of last year. But sure, yeah, in terms of large cap coins, yeah, really maybe even just XRP, because the truth of the matter is, look, I don't think the SEC is actually going to go after Bitcoin, because who the hell's Satoshi Nakamoto? Anyway, I mean, yeah, they could go after miners, I suppose. That doesn't seem probable, but even Bitcoin would not be, from the legal perspective, there would be less certainty around Bitcoin and more certainty around XRP specifically. So just think about this. As bad as it's been for all XRP holders to endure what we've endured over the last year and have the uncertainty, and then the massive sell-off of, after the SEC attacked Ripple, the global markets tanked for XRP, it could put XRP in the best position period. It would be a large cap coin and the only coin to really have that level of clarity. What's that going to mean for price action? Which is why, again, I think Raoul Pal's hitting the nail on the head here, and I'm nothing but optimistic here. So it's not just a bunch of us regular people, Joe Schmoes here in the XRP community. I'm telling you, people with impressive financial backgrounds have put some serious money into XRP as well. And a lot of what they think is in line with what we think in the community, that it's going to be worth substantially more in the future than it is today, and that Ripple and XRP holders will be proven as time passes to be on the right side of history. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.